team banned. Dire team banned.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys a Friday Night Live Dota Cup, or Dota tournament, and this is actually the Season 2, so this is the second one that they're holding, and I actually have my mic muted for the first, minute and a half, so I was talking, and nobody heard anything, so my apologies to everybody watching the Dota TV, and also my apologies to everybody watching this video in the future, because there's a lot of things to talk about that I'm going to miss, but I'll try to run down through everything as succinctly as I possibly can. So Invoker is still control heavy and also still damage heavy. Control heavy in the early game, damage heavy in the late game. You can't necessarily do both very well. So Invokers typically go for the colossal X nowadays because they like to control early on and try to just end the game outright. Nick Assassin has those assassination abilities. Dagon plus Vendetta equals dead people all over the place. And also his fight carapace disrupts quite a bit of fights. So just go ahead and get them out of the pool as far as the bans for Core2Net. Faces Void and Luna, they're going to ban out some carries because they see SVRN. They do need some carries on their side. I was not contemplating a Faces Void pickup at all, but Luna would have been a nice pickup for them because she is probably one of the few carries that can go against Finn late game, toe to toe, blow for blow, and that's mainly because she'll have the butterfly and all this stuff. Moving to the bans on SVRN, they ban out the Lycan so it can stop the early game push. Easy said, easy done. Ember Spirit, he's banned out because his damage is phenomenal once you put those big items up on him. But for the most part, he's still a very vulnerable person. A lot of people just don't invest in silences or anything just cause. So he's banned out. Wisp was a very intelligent ban out from SVRN after seeing this Finn pickup, which means that Finn will not have that natural steroid built into his partner Wisp. So I'm very glad to see SVRN did think enough or have enough respect for the fact that Finn was picked up to actually ban out the Wisp. And Magnus was a ban out as well from SVRN. I think they're just trying to ban out some wombo combos, but I'm actually quite surprised that they didn't ban out a Darkseer because I think Darkseer is a better wombo combo with Finn as opposed to a Magnus. Speaking of Wannabis Cannabis, which is the way I like to call it, the Dazzle plus the Sven could all do really well with a Darkseer, and I think he might be a potential pickup for Core2Net because they still do need an offlaner. Nature's Prophet, he can play the offlane, but if they do pick a Darkseer, then Prophet will be in the jungle, no doubt about that. But Darkseer, he'll fit very well in the offlane. Prophet, he can do in the jungle pretty darn well. Do some cliff jungling for all I care. He should be fine. And on the side of SVRN, they picked up the Centaur Warrunner, Ancient Apparition, and Earthshaker. Centaur Warrunner is still a solid offlaner. His stun did get nerfed in the last patch, but it didn't really matter that much because he still has a bunch of HP. He's still really survivable for no apparent reason. Ancient Apparition, his Ice Blast is always a staple in team fights nowadays, so we'll see that to counter-initiate a few fights, or maybe just engage a few fights and potentially get a few free kills, because they do have the Centaur Warrunner ulti to run in after everybody gets hit with the AA Blast, and they have the Earthshaker to just drop that Echo Slam once people are clustered enough to where he just do enough damage to possibly just shatter them all together.
10 seconds remain.
So, some nice synergy from SVRN, of course. And on Core2Net, the synergy is there as well. Dazzle has the negative armor. They could still pick up a Slaughter if they want to, but that would be extremely greedy on Core2Net. So I actually do like the fact that they pick up a Tinker instead. So they're going to go Tinker, Prophet, Push to make as much room as possible for Sven. And then Dazzle's going to be their support and Sven the whole way along. That said, the Lifestealer pickup on the side of SVRN is actually kind of unique. Sven versus Lifestealer. It's a very tough one. It's a very tough one to call because Lifestealer, he can be survivable versus Finn because he does have that life leech. But at the same time, Rage doesn't do much when Finn is just killing you with or critting you for 300 every single right click. So I don't know, guys. We're going to see how this one plays out. If I had to put my money on somebody, I would favor Lifestealer for the simple fact that he has Rage. Rage is the only reason why I would favor Lifestealer. Sven's stun and Sven's ulti is really nice, but if he can't survive to use the damage, he's not going to do any damage at all. We'll move on to the other picks on Core2Net. I think I said, I mentioned Dazzle, I mentioned the Sven. Nature's Prophet, we'll likely see him in the off lane. He's going to be doing a split push thing. I'm not too sure if we're going to be seeing a Shadowblade Prophet. Shadowblade Hand of Midas Prophet, like an old school style nowadays, but we'll likely see a Necro book because the Tinker says, hey, let's push. The Prophet says, hey, let's push. Sven, he can actually push decently. Dazzle, he has some nice push in him as well, coming out from that weave, or healing wave. So there you go. As far as the bans on the side of Core2Net, we had the Weaver banned out, and we also had the Skeleton, Wraith, Sand King, one of those kings. We have the Sand King banned out as
Seconds
well.
remaining.
And the SK, I'm okay with the SK ban out because they do need some control on Core2Net. They have one stun right now and one slight disable. Actually, they have two slight disables and one stun. Dazzle's Poison Touch is actually really nice. People don't use it. I'm sad. And Nature's Prophet, his Sprout is really nice as well. So they go for Omni Knight instead on Core2Net. And I'm actually going to be quite excited to see how this goes. Because in the grand scheme of things, the damage coming up from SVRN is all going to be coming from the Lifestealer. Centaur has his double edge, which is a nice huge nuke. Earthshaker has his nukes as well. But if you throw down your repel on top of your most important person, which in this case is going to be Sven, and then throw down that Guardian Angel from Omni Knight, then you're pretty much going to feel absolutely no damage on Sven. He can do whatever he wants. SVRN, I don't know how well they'll be able to fight up against that.
5 seconds.
So Omni, I like Omni as a pick. That said, Omni does have his drawbacks in the fact that it takes him 30 years plus to actually cast any spells, and on top of that, he's probably going to be getting picked off pretty fast. Because Lifesteal and Earthshaker can have all kinds of fun with them, with those chain stuns and with those damages. That's probably going to be a last pickup for SVRN. I like the fact that they decided to go for some counter push to the crazy push from Core2Net, which means that Tinker might have a little bit of trouble. I think Tinker suffers versus Death Prophet mid, because her Cryptic Swarms are annoying and they do a lot of damage, and Tinker doesn't have that much HP. So for the most part, guys, I expect to see some pretty evenly matched early game, some pretty intense mid game, and if it does go late, it's going to be some pretty intense late game as well. Sven versus Lifestealer for a late game. Early game, the supports are going to be roaming around on both sides. Ancient Apparition, I don't think he has... Yeah, Ancient Apparition plus Earthshaker. That's a good roaming duo. And on the side of C2R or C2N, they have the Dazzle and Omni Knight, which, meh. Okay, that'd be cool. Cool to see them rotate, but they probably won't. Dude, look at the curry! It's the Weasel Crow! Alright, so we're getting our way into the game, so let me go and do introductions. Start off on the side of SVRN, on the rating side. Start off on this Ancient Apparition, of course. Let's go ahead and do the fancy mode. Oh, wait, what? I can't do fancy mode. Oh no! Guys, I can't do fancy mode. Oh well, we'll do the old school way. Oh wait, there it is. There's fancy mode. Yes. I feel so cool. Oh. Okay. There we go. On this Ancient Apparition, we see Mammoth. There we go. We see Mammoth on that Ancient Apparition. Moving over to this Lifestealer, we see I Love You, and it's a guy and a girl, I'm assuming. Moving over to this Centaur Warrunner, we see Cold Eyes. And on this Earthshaker, who has a very swaggy backpack, we see Death Wish on him. And last but not least, for SVRN, we see Dyla on that Death Prophet. And moving on to the side of C2N, we see on this Tinker, Masha, or Obelix Masha. And on this Sven, we see, wow, good. Yeah, sorry. Very cool set. Is that a partial set? It's like a partial, yeah, it's a partial set. On the Sven, we see Cerberus on Sven. Moving on to this Nature's Prophet, we see Java, the one, the only Java, guys. And on this Dazzle, we see Rolls Royce. So he's driving himself something very fancy, something very expensive, and something that has very high tax rate. And last but not least, on this Omni Knight, we see Venomed, Venomed on Omni. And that ends the callouts for both sides. So both sides are just kind of waiting. Earthshaker around the corner. He has himself a nice little fisher up, so he can stop these guys from getting anything if they want to. If he does know Sven is here, Active Sven might be in a little bit of trouble because he can get trapped. Earthshaker come around for the stun. Death Wish is not going to be able to use it because Sven does back away very promptly. So Omni Knight did not have his repel either. So that would have been a nice little fight. Actually, it looks like they might be going for it. Earthshaker Fissure does go pretty far range, and I think he might be able to get something if he does go for it. But nope, the rune is actually down bottom. Ancient Apparition is hanging out near it. Throws also a nice little chilling touch and picks up the Regen rune. The Regen does go his way. And all is well. So some free damage coming from Ancient Apparition for the next, 15 seconds? Something like that. And he's going to throw a right click out though because he's going to lose his charges. And Nature's Prophet, like I said, we'll be playing in the off lane for the C2 in. One right click going through. Do a nice little chunk of damage. Java immediately forced to go away. There you go, that's it. So no more damage. Alright, now as far as these lanes, we got Ancient Apparition plus Lifestealer plus Earthshaker hanging out down the bottom lane, safe lane for the raiding side. And their opponent is going to be a Nature's Prophet on the Dire Suicide lane. So if things do good bad for Nature's Prophet, all he has to do is just go into the jungle, and he'll be fine with his farm. Meanwhile, mid, Death Prophet versus Tinker. Already Death Prophet throwing out a few of those cryptic swarms just to get a little bit of damage on top of Tinker. And Tinker forced to throw on a March Machine just to force things back a little bit, just to equalize things. But for the most part, like I said, I favor Death Prophet in his middle lane because she does have some nice spam ability in those spells, and Tinker doesn't have the most of HPs. Meanwhile, up top, we got Centaur Warrunner versus a tri-lane of some sorts. Omni plus Sven plus Dazzle. And I think these guys should be able to kill Centaur Warrunner pretty easily. One Poison Touch is all they really need. So Poison Touch into Sven Stun into Omni Heal plus right clicks around, or all around, should equal Centaur Warrunner dying. But I don't know. Things are happening. People are talking about things. I don't know what's going on, guys. I feel sad. Alright, so while we're waiting for that, I'm actually going to show you guys the brackets because I do have those available. Let me open this with Internet Explorer so you guys will see all my fancy stuff. Actually, no, I can show you guys this. Nah, Internet Explorer it is. Sorry guys, I'm opening up Internet Explorer because CulBlu's a noob. No, I'm not really a noob, guys. I'm not. Don't tell your friends that. They'll believe you. Because people don't like to research these days. And it makes you sad. And OBS. Need to add source. Window capture. Okay. Yes, I hear pings too. It's helping. Alright. And there we go. There's the brackets, guys. So you can see for yourselves. This is, of course, an event hosted by Dota Spotted. So shout out to them for holding this whole entire event. Single elimination brackets. I don't know if it's best of 3 for everything. I think it's best of 3. It might be best of 3. Let me check. Can't tell. But it might be best of 3 for everything. And as you guys can see, we are right here in the beginning of things. So in the very beginning, we're watching SVRN versus Core2Net. The winner will go into the next round, of course, and play against those winners. And then it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games total that I might be casting. I might cast more depending on how fast teams get done, or how long the games take for other teams to start. But for the most part, I'm expecting to cast about 4 games for this. So expect that many games. If I don't have that many games, then you guys can hopefully not form a lich mob and kill me, but I mean, there, I said it. You guys would probably blame me for all of my technical difficulties. So anyway, we're coming back into the game. The DC is still through on the side of the Dazzle, so he's having a few issues. It says ping down, sir. Not too sure what he's saying, but having ping issues on the side of C2N. Latency is always a factor. Latency has always been a factor within playing competitively in Dota, and it's definitely not going to excuse these guys from it. Let's close this. And I actually want to see what's the command to test ping. I want to check the ping of everybody from the console, because you can do that. I just don't know how. Oh, I'm having lag issues. Guys, I'm about DC. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, good. It's good. It's good. I don't know if this is a command, but we'll see. Okay. I guess not. That's not the command I was looking for. These are not the commands you were looking for. Alright, so anyway, Dazzle's connected, so it doesn't really matter. As far as the items, wow, okay, I've been pretty bad on that one. Let's take a look at the last hits and eyes, so we can see that who has what. Death Prophet sitting at 8 last hits. Tinker sitting at a nice little 1 last hit, a grand total of it. And he's not going to be pretty happy about that. His booster jobs are going to take a quite long time for them to come through. But at the very least, he has some clarity potions and stuff to spam out some nice little lasers. So we can get that extra damage on top of Death Prophet. That's pure damage, by the way. And I'm having light. Wow. Okay. Okay, internet. Thanks. What is my ping? Oh. 249 or 248? It's not that bad. Actually, I might switch over to my phone right at the back of things because I'm not live streaming or anything, so it won't take up too much data. And it'll give me a much more stable connection. Let me go ahead and do that. Alright guys, a few moments. I probably should have done this during the pause, but I didn't think about it. I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue. Alright, so while that's getting set up, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few other things on the map while my phone decides to connect and while I decide to have some more lag issues. In the top lane, I don't expect Centaur to die anytime soon because he has so much HP, but on the same token, these guys do have a pretty nice kill lane. They have enough control to stop Centaur from running away. And actually, First Blood goes down bottom on top of the Nature's Prophet. Nice little play coming out from the Ancient Person and the Earthshaker. The fissure, as you guys saw it at the very end, did go right across here. Prophet had nowhere to run. He actually TP's down bottom. Ancient Person's right around the corner. They're going to go for it again by the looks of it. Earthshaker does not have another fissure available. Actually, he does, but he's too far away. Prophet almost TP'd himself into a very bad spot. Looks like Earthshaker's going to be waiting for it. He's going to try to go for it again. If Java does get caught out, it's going to be pretty darn horrible because he doesn't have his TP for another 30 seconds. So he won't be able to run away even if he wanted to. Alright, but yes, I missed the First Blood, my apologies guys, but Prophet, he did die down bottom. I was expecting the First Blood to happen on Centaur, surprisingly, because between Sven and Dazzle, they have enough control to stop slowing down like I was saying before, and the heal from Omni should be enough damage to help them finish off Centaur. That said, it's only at level 1, so it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So we got Dazzle pulling the lanes up top, which is a good thing to do as a support. He's going to be the one who's getting all the farm. For those who don't know how it works, basically the support that's pulling a lot is usually the one that needs more levels, and I do agree that Dazzle does need more levels. But speaking of people who need more levels, Death Prophet, she's trying to run up top to help Centaur get some more levels, and Prophet actually dies down bottom. Once again, the fissure more than enough to help them get the kill. Prophet not having a good time. He might want to go ahead and transition to the jungle because this lane is going to get much worse for him as the day goes along.
Dire's bottom tower is in turmoil.
We actually see Prophet returning down bottom. I think it's actually a mistake on the side of C2N. I think Java on that Prophet. He should actually go into the jungle. He can recuperate all the levels that he's lost, and it will be nice for him. But yeah, he can't really do much. The Earthshaker proven to be a little bit too much. And speaking of which, he's actually rotating mid to help kill the Tinker. I don't foresee Masha surviving this either. The fissure can come from a very long range. We'll see the range on that in a few seconds. So this is a range of fissure. Earthshaker trying to line it up. He will be able to get it if he does go forward now. Tinker decides to run away instead. Doesn't really have the vision on the high ground just yet because it is nighttime. Don't forget that reduction in vision. But once he does walk down too far, he might face his own doom. Earthshaker's actually coming forward. He can throw his fissure now if he wants to. Centaur when ulti does come through. Earthshaker does throw out the stun. Death Prophet runs right on through Tinker. Throws out the Cryptic Swarm. Easy kill is easy kill. Tinker is officially gone off the map. Not long for this world. Meanwhile, down bottom, Dazzle did rotate to help out the Nature's Prophet, which is a much needed necessity. So we got C2N splitting off into a nice little 2-1-2 lane, whereas we see SVRN still retaining the 1-1-3 lane, where the 1 is on the off lane, the 1 is in the middle lane, and 3 are down bottom. The roaming support in the Earthshaker has been able to help them get the kill on top of Tinker though. And now we got another, sorry, I thought we were going to have some more rotations down bottom to help go for the kill on top of Prophet once again, but Prophet actually looks like he might be dying on his own. Force it back all the way away. Look how far back he is. That is the definition, that's the epitome of getting zoned out, guys. He can't even get into XP range, which is 12,000. 12,000, my bad. 1,200, my bad. That sounded too high. 1,200, which I think, is that the range of Fissure? Nope, Fissure range is 1,400. So, take 200 range away from Fissure, and that's XP range. Which kind of sucks. Especially for Prophet. So if he's collecting XP, he's going to be able to get hit by Fissure. And speaking of being able to get hit by Fissure, Dazzle is down bottom. He might be able to get hit by Fissure. The Fissure is a little bit too far away. They do back away. But they can potentially die because this towers are not long for this world. It's going to be actually going down. Lifesteal does get that last hit. Ancient Person does come forward. Fissure does fly on top of Dazzle, but he does have Shallow Grave. Ancient Person needs to be careful. Not only is he taking creep aggro, but he's also pretty darn low. Meanwhile, mid, we got Death Prophet throwing out the ulti. Tinker, he might be in a little bit of trouble. The Centaur Warren and Double Edge does come through, but sadly, he does not run through Tinker. I think that was a little bit of a mistake on his part, but Tinker will be able to survive because throws out the March Machines. Centaur Warren taking a little bit of damage, but he doesn't really care. He says, bro, I'm a man, I got this. And then Tinker says, bro, no you don't. And Centaur says, yeah, you're right, I'll run away. And there we go, that ends all of that. Meanwhile, Death Wish is going to throw out the stun. The Fissure does catch Tinker on the wrong side. If it would have caught him on the other side, they might have been able to go for something, but no. Sadly, Tinker lives to fight another day.
Radiant has reinforced their structures. Radiant's top tower is getting wobbled.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Dazzle did throw out the poison touch top of Lifestealer, just cause. Doing a little bit of damage, not too terribly much. And the items. Let's take a look at the items to see how impressive they are so far. Lifestealer has those phase boots, working on what looks to be an armlet, so that's gonna be really nice for him. Tinker, I want to say he's not even close to those boosted travels. Yeah, he's a pretty darn far away. He's pretty far away from those boosted travels. Won't be able to be aggressive and start that push until Tinker gets those boosted travels. And Prophet has been shut down enough to the point where he can't push by himself either. He's already taken 2 deaths, no kills. His last hits are not really all that impressive either. Only at 8 last hits because he's been zoned out so darn hard. And also killed so darn hard down this bottom lane. Meanwhile, Death Prophet has a Tornado Stick, which is phenomenal for the Radiant side. Lifestealer, he has the Helmet of Iron Will, which is probably the most expensive part of a armlet of Mordagon. And he actually has the whole entire armlet. It's flying out to him right now, so that's gonna be good. Meanwhile, rotations do come up top. They ping saying, hey, somebody's up here. Tinker's around the corner. He's going to go and throw some missiles. Death Prophet might be in trouble. Spin throws out the War Cry, giving himself a nice little speed boost. The stun does come through. A beautiful tornado coming out from Death Prophet. Nature's Prophet actually TP's up top. Centaur Warren and ulti come through. They do catch the Death Prophet in the trees, but she's going to be losing her life. Sadly. So nice little play coming out from the Radiant side, but not enough to keep their people alive. The rotations do come in from C2N just in time, just in the nick of time. Prophet, the Sprout, is what helped them get that kill. And the kill, I think the kill went to Prophet? Nope, kill went to Tinker, so that shouldn't make him that much closer to those boosted travels because Death Prophet did die for a whole entire 272 gold, which is a significant amount of gold for Tinker. Omni throwing out the preemptive repel, just in, or not just in time, but yeah, not just in the nick of time, but really good idea. And oh man, Omni Knight might be in a little bit of trouble. The Centaur Stomp can come through. It will come through. Omni's trying to get a heal. He will not be able to get the heal because, like I said, guys, it takes him forever to freaking drop that thing. And sadly, Omni does lose his life. And the push will be coming on top. Death Prophet ulti's on cooldown for 56 seconds, but I think they can still go for it. Earthshaker does have the stuns available, and the Tornado Stick actually gets thrown on top of Tinker. Tinker might, yeah, he will be going down. He does get hit with a nice little stun. Nice little, beautiful play coming off Ancient Person. Meanwhile, stun comes from Spin, catches 2, but he actually gets caught in the Centaur Stomp. And here comes more shenanigans happening around the corner. Omni throws out the heal, needs to throw a repel on top of himself, throws out a repel, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to lose his life anyway. He officially goes down. Prophet throwing out those trees, trying to do something, doesn't really do anything, but just goes into the graves, becomes fodder for the plants that are trying to grow there. But sadly, the plants are all gone because somebody threw salt on the ground. There you go, guys. If you want to know how to kill a whole entire yard, you throw salt everywhere. That's how you desolate a whole entire area. And you didn't hear from CulBlu, so if you do that and you don't grow any grass anymore, it's not my fault. Nope, I claim no responsibilities. Last hit going to Lifestealer once again. The armlet is up, and he's working on a basher. So really good progression coming up from SVRN. Their gold is pretty darn good, as you would imagine. They have lost 0 towers so far. They've only lost 1 kill, and the goal graph has been showing all in their favor. They've gotten all the last hits, essentially. They've gotten all the farm in the world. They got the kills on the right people, and they also got the tower last hits on top of Lifestealer, both of them. Or sorry, 2 of them, 2 out of 3. Meanwhile, Earthshaker throws out the stomp, or throws out the stun, doesn't really land, or doesn't really get spin into the right place. Ancient Pressure Ice Blast follows up, but not really going to be able to do anything. Not that big of a deal. He's back in the fountain anyway. And oh, Death Prophet has Boots of Travels. So taking a look at the items once again, Centaur has that Blink Dagger necessary to initiate these fights. Death Prophet has that TP scroll, has those Boots of Travel, so she can TP anywhere on the map that she wants to. We also have an armlet up on Lifesteal, and he already has 2 pieces of his Basher. The most expensive pieces, once again, he's going to be getting that last piece here very, very, very soon. His gold is sitting at 278, and he's about to get 450. Which is all he needs for that Belt of Strength. Meanwhile, on the other side of C2N, Tinker's still fighting for those Boots of Travels. He's once again 1,000 gold away. It's pretty darn close, if 1,000 gold was close. Nature's Prophet, he's not really doing anything to help his team out that much because he has been shut down pretty darn hard. Trying to go for some pushes around the lane, or around the way, but not going to be able to find much. Going to be going for a late hand to Midas. And my question is, will he be going for a Shadow Blade as well? He's actually going to go ahead and TP top, throw out the treants, or not. It's actually kind of a not necessarily a sad game or silly game, but it's kind of like a thing that you don't see all that often, where Nature's Prophet is struggling to find some farm around the map, especially considering that he could farm anywhere he wants. Like I said, I think one of the biggest mistakes was the fact that Java on the Nature's Prophet stayed down bottom to continue farming. When in all reality, what he should have done is that he should have just went into the jungle and just got himself some last hits that way. Because losing that bottom tower was not that big of a deal. It's only tier 1. It's in the suicide lane. So if the Radiant do decide to push all that hard, then they will actually. Hold on, we got Death Prophet coming around the corner. She is going to go ahead and throw out a few abilities. The silence does come through. Nature's Prophet can't really TP out. He's going to be forced to run away. Doesn't get away at all. Actually goes down to Dial-It on the Death Prophet. Her movement speed is pretty darn high. This is without phase boots, guys, or without any extra movement speed. This is Tornado Stick and Boots of Travel, and also her Witchcraft. She's moving at 503. If you gave her a Yasha, she would move at 522 all the time. It's pretty darn crazy. Meanwhile, the rotations do come in. Earthshaker going, go ahead and throw the stun. Catches Tinker on the wrong side. Centaur stomps in the worst place possible. Dazzle's going to be around the corner. He's going to be losing his life very, very, very fast. Tinker about to lose his life around the corner. He actually goes down to an Echo Stomp. Echo Stomp doesn't really kill him, but Ancient Pressure does get the kill on top of him. And, oh, we got somebody still chasing. We got Sven coming around the corner. He does get a kill on top of Lifestealer, finally getting 665 gold going, or Nature's Prophet's away. And since our Ronin's on the run, they're trying to see if they can find him. The TP does come through. Sven does have a stun available. They need to throw out the Sprout, but the Sprout does not come through. I'm actually kind of sad to see that Java didn't just go ahead and toss a Sprout in the middle of the tree somewhere, right about there. Meanwhile, Death Prophet shows up. Dial-It moving at 503 once again. Sven trying to run away. He has a lot of HP, but he doesn't have a lot of magic resist. But he's working on his Mask of Madness, trying to see if he can get a turnout for his team. And if Sven can get his Mask of Madness and crit, and they can just win one key team fight, then I think that's going to be more than enough for them to come right back into this game. The faster Sven can get his damage up, the faster Sven can get his life up, the better his team will do, of course. But as far as items that he's prioritizing, I do agree with his progression. The Mask of Madness is key for him to actually do damage, and then he needs to go ahead and get himself a BKB afterwards, so he can actually, you know, just kill people and not worry about all this magic damage, because there's a lot of magic damage on the side of SVRN. I don't know if you just saw that, but that was all magic damage that just killed him. Or that just killed Omni. So the ulti coming in for Ancient Person. Going to go ahead and start things off. Is there Ags on AA yet? The answer is no. And the last hits, Lifestealer sitting at 108. As far as the net worth, I'm pretty sure Lifestealer is sitting way at the top. And yes, he is in fact sitting way at the top. Death Prophet is right behind him, but they're both on the same side of the team, or both on the same team. And it's kind of a hard thing for a C2N to fight back from, because they have 3 people on the side of the Radiant are at the top, and the person who's at third is sitting at what, a 3,000 gold deficit between his top, or his second person, from the second person, and Nature's Prophet still can't top that. He's only sitting at 3,000 or 4,000 net worth versus Centaur's 5,000 net worth, where Death Prophet she's at 8,000 now. Meanwhile, we got this fight happening around the corner. Everybody's just getting melted. Holy crap, Batman. That's dead people everywhere. Lifesteal getting that first hit bash. OP Bash is OP. Bash Lord, I love you. Get it? I heart you. I love you. That's his name. Bash Lord, I love you. Okay. So that just happened. Pretty much everybody just disappeared. That was like team fight 1-on-1. HI Burst on Ice Blast. Centaur Warner throwing out the ulti to help people get there faster. Blinks in, stomps, Lifestealer jumps out, gets a nice little nuke on top of everybody, and then just people dying everywhere. Blood and guts and magic everywhere. Death Prophet working on a Bloodstone because why not? I'm actually kind of surprised to see no heart yet. I am disappointed, Death Prophet. I am disappointed. Joking. Joking, of course.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Sorry, I checked something. Alright, Blink Dagger's up on Earthshaker because they want to make things a lot worse. They want to win that much harder. They have that much more initiation, and you have to blink on Centaur, you have to blink on Earthshaker. That's pretty much a guaranteed kill on top of anybody who's involved in that fight. Necrobook is actually going to be coming up in Nature's Prophet. His Hand of Midas was officially purchased. Centaur Warner's working on a Pipe of Insight, and I think he has a whole entire thing. Yep, that's a whole entire thing coming out to him on the Courier. And Death Prophet, she should have her last two pieces here very soon. And Centaur keeps on blinking forward. Just like, yeah, bro, I dare you. Come at me, bro. Just trying to zone these guys out. It's pretty intelligent play. But Roshan will be getting beat up. Actually, it will not be going out. Lifesteal is actually a little bit too low. They don't want to lose. Wait, where's Lifesteal? There he is. Had to go heal in the most violent way possible. TP's mid, or protects his lane, or protects his tower. And he actually is working on the AC, so it goes without saying, guys, that the item progression on the side of SVRN is going to be more akin to helping Lifestealer kill you a lot faster, which is obvious. It's pretty obvious. But even still, I think C2N still have that chance because Finn officially has his Mask of Madness, which means that he can still put out quite a bit of damage. He's in at level, oh man, never mind, he's in at level 8. He needs level 2 of the ulti. He needs to get that 150%. Like, doubling his damage is not going to be enough to kill everybody. There's a lot of HP on the side of SVR, and Lifestealer only has 1,600 with that armor turned on. Ancient Person has 815. Centaur, he of course has... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he had a 2,000 by now, but he doesn't. Earthshaker, 1,000. Death Prophet, she has 150, or 1,500. It's Finn crits right now. It's Finn crits right now with his ulti, which he will. It's a guaranteed crit. He'll hit for 180 for every right click. I don't think that'll cut it, guys. That just won't cut it, Sven. You got to crit for more, man. You need Daedalus.
Middle tower is under attack.
And of course, when I say crit, I'm using that very loosely. I'm using that term very loosely. I'm speaking of God's strength, his bonus damage. I'm calling that a crit. So, the state of the game, guys. Tinker doesn't have Boots of Travel yet. Nature's Prophet, he's not really able to safely push out, and he's working on a Necronomicon. Going for the Hand of Midas. In this case, I would agree that Hand of Midas might help him get some more farm here and there. It might be worth the delay. Actually, we got Centaur Warner coming for. He has Lifesteal built inside of him. They're going to go for on top of Omnet. Omnet will immediately be going down. Meanwhile, Spin does get caught with a nice little Fisher. He officially dies as well. Meanwhile, people run away on the side of SVR, and they will be able to just swag on out. Easy kill is easy. Centaur Warner is the only one who took a lot of damage, but he's getting healed up by a Urn of Shadows. The Weave was already thrown out as well by the Dazzle, but it doesn't really matter. Lifestealer and crew are going to be able to claim this tower by themselves, and C2N can't do anything about it. They really need Guardian Angel to be online. They really need Guardian Angel to be there. And actually, even with Guardian Angel, they could probably still die from magic damage. Fight's going to be happening around the corner. Dazzle's taking a bunch of damage. He might be on Shallow Grave. He does Shallow Grave just in time. Centaur Warner... Earthshaker comes forward, gets a nice little Echo Stomp off. Sven is still dead. He's going to come back up in a few more seconds. Omnight throws out the nice little ulti. Keeps himself alive. Not going to be enough to keep everybody else alive. Actually, just might be Sven trying to get a nice little hero kill, but not going to be able to get it. Earthshaker stuns coming through. Too much control. Sven, one right click, two right clicks, three right clicks. He's keeping himself alive. Not going to be enough to kill the Death Prophet. She has too much HP. Death Prophet throws out a nice little Cryptic Swarm, plus a right click, gets a kill on top of Tinker, and then she turns around and kills her creep for 50 gold. C2N, the team fights are not strong with these ones. They cannot get what they want to when they want it, and it's the thing that really sucks. Tinker versus Deathrock from mid. Tinker got shut down so hard, it's not even funny. Nature's Prophet, I think that was the big thing. They needed Nature's Prophet to actually rotate or go into the jungle to get his farm, so that he can do some split pushing and force SVRN to focus elsewhere. And that way, he builds a lot of room for Spin to farm. He builds a lot of room for Tinker to farm, because Deathrock might have to respond to that. And CulBlu can also do his things as well. So that's going to be it for this game, guys. The victory does go in favor of SVRN, C2 in. I don't know if they're knocked out or if this is a best of 3 series, but they do not claim this first game victory if this is a best of 3. And if this is a single elimination, then they are officially knocked out. So we'll see next game. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. My name is CulBlu. I just brought you guys a Friday night live Dota 2 Season 2. Season 2. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you guys want to follow my stuff, you can check me out on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBlu Dota. You can also find me on Twitter, which is probably one of the better places to follow me, which is at CulBluDota. And those are the main 2 ones. I also have a live stream or Twitch, but I don't live stream because my internet's too unstable. Which I was trying to live stream this, but it didn't work out. So that's twitch.tv/CulBlu. No Dota at the end, just CulBlu. CulBlu. And that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you guys whenever.